Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Dylan Edgeworth of Brighton football and boys basketball. How's it going?
Doing good, Casey. How about you? Of
Doing well. Thank you so much for coming on.
course.
I got it. It's been a pretty good week, pretty good few weeks for you, and of course also the Brighton boys basketball program. I mean, good some big wins on at home and on the road against some really good teams. Beating Novi in overtime, beating a really good Northville team, and then going on the road in probably one of the toughest places to play in all of the KLAA and Howell, and getting a win in against a really good team that has a pretty big advantage at home whenever.
Yep.
But what has it been? And of course, getting in a big overtime win up in Plymouth too.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
let's not forget that one. Um, what has this season been like? Because you guys are just picking up right where you left off last year.
Yeah, coming off of last year wasn't really what we had in mind to success rate. So, just from starting from the summer, coming in, working every day, getting people in, and then all that hard work's just paying off now. And we get in those. We've had four overtime games, and coming in and being able to win it out really just came down to our defense.
Yeah, I know. Also, it may not have been not been the good season overall, but
Hmm.
you look as the season went on last year, you guys got some pretty good wins, and I think you finished like second in the league. It also
Hmm.
shows how chaotic this the West is in boys basketball in the KLAA. But the biggest thing is, and we look at all the changes with Coach Langley coming in. A lot of the faces were kept, that have been on the staff for years with Coach Ash and Coach Krishner and Coach Stoles and all those guys. What was it like to when Coach Langley came in and seeing a couple new faces he brought in, and then just a lot of familiar faces that you've known throughout the years?
It's been good. First time I met Coach Langley, obviously I was doing football in the summer, so it was like a little longer before I met him, and it was really good. I was really happy that he kept the staff from before, like Ash, Krishner, and everyone, great guys, and keeping all them and not just kind of just kicking them out was really great.
Yeah. And of course, really just the last, few games and stuff like that. I mean, getting big wins, especially, I know you've been in the headlines a lot lately with some of the plays that you've made and stuff like that. Can you just describe what that week has been like, for you as you guys have been getting big wins and you really just, lay it all on the line, like they said.
Yeah, it's great. Getting the big wins is great, especially, going to places like Howell on the road. We've had 8 away games so far, and just being able to get those wins, it's great. Just shows that we're ready, we're prepared for whatever is coming down on us. And yeah.
Coming off football, how much was it much of a transition into from football to basketball and stuff like that?
I'd say so, definitely. Definitely was a big transition. We had obviously our last playoff game, and then I think 4 days later we were at the tryouts. So getting that stamina back was definitely difficult. That was definitely my biggest issue. But other than that, 2 weeks later, I was pretty smooth into it.
Yeah, how much did you like prepare for basketball? Because you were just getting, I know your full focus was on football, but how did you what was the summer like for you? Because I know multi-sport athletes have a really, I'm not sure if you did AAU or not anything like that, but what was your summer like for you, Dylan?
Yeah, so summer it was obviously the football was very high. It was a lot of camps going on, a lot of practices, weights, lifting, all things like that. So any basketball that I could really get to in the morning, 7 a.m. was we had some four mans was really the only time I could get in there on those days we did not have sports like football.
Yeah. So, going through going through basketball, I know obviously not coming off a break. I know I think you had some pretty tough losses before break and stuff like that. So what was those, those 2 weeks? Because I always like to describe those 2 weeks as not a lot going on with the holidays and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure I think all of you really, and you didn't really have any games during break. So what was that like for you guys? Because you guys have come out of the gate since break happened. What was that time like to just, maybe just recover a little bit and, take some time away and then just come back even stronger? What was that time? What was that period like to get some rest, and what exactly did you do?
Coming off the break, or even during the break, losing those games obviously sucked, especially since we knew we could have won some of them. So we really learned a lot about ourselves. We learned what we could change, things we need to improve on. And after we got that, week span of break, we really got in the gym, worked on our shot, things like that, and ended up paying off and putting it all together where we're at right now.
Yeah. Um, what was that, to get back in there, get going again? What was the biggest thing you wanted to fix and work on just for yourself, just to make yourself a better player? What did you specifically focus on?
I made sure to work on my mid-range shooting. That's my favorite shot. I love to shoot a jump shot. Anything inside the paint, looking for kickouts for my guards. If I ever get doubled, which is pretty often, and just things like that, making sure to look for the available pass, anything I can get to for my teammates.
Yeah. What's been the biggest thing that's just worked this year with you guys? I mean, even before the tough losses, I mean, you guys were rolling throughout the season. What has worked just this year? I mean, because coming in, we all knew you brought a lot back. What was that like just to have just have the confidence like to go in and get a lot of big wins?
It's good. Our team, we got a lot of depth. We've had 9 different guys who started on our team, and I think our biggest advantage is definitely going to be our bigs. We got about 4 or 5 kids over 6'4", 6'5", and our biggest advantage is our bigs when we go in the game because we can keep rotating them in and out, do high lows, and no one can really defend it.
Yeah. We didn't really talk about much about this, but how was your football season for you?
My football season was good. Obviously, it didn't end how we all wanted it to, losing to Howell in that last round of the playoffs, but it was a successful season, no question about it. I liked it. It was very fun. Just going through the whole process of it, starting in the summer, definitely sucked to lose in that playoff round, but the process was definitely enjoyable.
Okay, so um, kind of going into how do you like prepare for a game? Because obviously preparing for basketball is totally different than preparing for football.
Mm. So for football, it's it is a lot different, just like you said. It's more of I say a lot of more focused, mental, and making sure that my body's right, prepared for, those hits over and over again coming after me. And yeah.
Yeah. So like mentally, how do you get ready?
Oh, mentally, let's see. I would say, just making sure right state of mind, making sure that I play defensive end mainly. So making sure I have all my reads down that I'm looking for in the game, whether or not this guard's pulling, this guard's coming after me, or this tackle's coming after me, or he's reaching me. Just making sure I rep it, checking film, double checking everything, making sure I got it all good.
Yeah. For basketball, what are you making sure of?
Basketball, I'm watching a lot of film on the guy who is either going to be guarding me or who I will be guarding to just study off what they do and how they play me. We have when the like I said, when we have people who just kind of just stay behind me, then I know I'm going to have a good game because they're not going to front me. And once I get the ball in the paint, I feel pretty comfortable.
Okay, so what's on not sure if you listen to music before a game. I know you got AirPods in right now, but
Yep.
what's Dylan listening to?
Any type of, any rap. Sometimes I'll keep it chill, just like coming in the game chill, but I'd say a lot of rap.
Okay. Um, so next few games, I know obviously you complete round one of the round one of playing everybody in the league. Then you restart with Canton. But what's this? What do you feel like you guys got to do these next few weeks just to kind of continue the momentum that you guys have? Because you're going to see everybody again.
Right.
You're going to have to go to Northville. Howell's going to have to, Howell comes to Brighton in a few weeks. A lot, and also a lot of the games that you're going to have are going to be at home.
Hmm.
So what's that going to be like for you guys? And also, of course, now this week also is a trip to Heartland as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be really good being home, but we are definitely not. We're not gonna let down. We're gonna keep going hard at practice every day, keep working hard because just winning those road games by 2 to 3 points is really what we want. We want to beat teams by 10, 12, and we also don't want to have another four overtimes. We would prefer to just get it done.
Well, here's the thing though. A win is a win is a
That's
win,
right.
no matter how you get it.
It is.
Um, okay, so since this is your first time on here, Dylan, let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so who's like best moment from it could be from basketball, this could be from football, but what was the best moment so far this year?
This year, I think the second time we played Howell, getting that sack to lead the fourth down to force him to punt definitely felt really good for me.
Yeah. Best basketball moment so far.
Best basketball moment this year was definitely the Thurston game we played. Ty Langenfer had a buzzer beater, and it was great. It was great.
That was the play that you had against Howell. Thought you would
No,
fit that in there.
no, that was good, but I love that Thurston game. It was great.
Yeah. Anytime you can hit a buzzer beater, that's always pretty good.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's awesome.
okay, so who's your all-time favorite player? This could be any sport, football, basketball, and any other sport you watch.
Let's see. Yeah, I love Kenneth Walker. I love Michigan State
Okay.
football and basketball. Cassius Winston. I love
Okay.
Cassius Winston. I love Michigan State is that's I love all those players and Cassius Winston. I love watching Cassius Winston play. And then Kenneth Walker was my favorite to watch, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually good that you didn't mention a certain team that we won't talk about today. Uh,
Yeah, we won't.
yeah, yeah, let's not go there. All time. Well, I just was gonna ask like, who's your favorite? I think we all. I mean, best moment being a state fan. What was it?
When we beat Duke in March Madness, definitely when we beat Duke against Zion Williamson.
2019. Okay.
That's right. That was my favorite moment.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you were a young kid then, so
That's right.
yeah, that was fun to see. How about that?
Hmm.
What's outside of basketball, outside of football, outside of school, sports, what do you like to do?
I like to just hang out with my friends, hang out with my family. I got a brother, so just teaching him things, school, sports, just helping him guide him to where he needs to be.
Oh, awesome. Let's see. And finally we'll end it on this. What's Dylan's go-to place for food?
Chipotle, 100%. I love Chipotle.
Nice. Bowl guy, burrito guy?
Bowl every time.
Okay. All right. All right, Dylan. Thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.